Well, now I go back to my ordinary life, I sighed. And I took one last look at the sprawling house, the living room littered with backpacks and electronic equipment and cords laid out like nests of great birds. It was the final day that they needed me on set. The few lines that I had to memorize for the film already forgotten. I loved that it was a student film, meaning a film made entirely by grad students for their senior thesis project. And in those few days of filming, I was transported back to my student days, but this time as an observer. Each room of the suburban house used as the film set looked like a student apartment, with piles of clothes and stacks of makeup covering the bathroom sinks, and half-empty coffee cups, and paper bags from takeout meals. And outside, on the concrete deck of the swimming pool, there were huge cameras and rigging that I didn't understand, and a student holding the board that she would snap just before the director would call, "Action!" There I was, posing, ready for my scene, a glass of water that was posing as a cocktail, held gracefully in my hand as I practiced my dismissive look that I would throw at the character I was supposed to dislike. And later that night, the second AD, assistant director, sat a few of us down and in a quiet and apologetic tone said that she was so sorry that the rain had interfered with the schedule so that we were free to go until the next morning. And when I returned, I was greeted by a student who held the door open for me and said, "You can go straight to wardrobe," which was, in fact, a small closet where my own clothes, which were my costume for the day, were hanging. On the final afternoon, several huge pizzas were delivered and laid out on the dining room table, and the students and crew were already hovering in circles around the feast. Then the director called out, "Okay, talent goes first." And I realized that by talent, she meant me and the other actors who were here, mostly on our break from our day jobs. And I did not mind at all being called talent. That's something I will try to always remember.